Hey Tom, coming at you with a story here. And this is going to be my story about how I got famous. So basically, this is my story about when I was 12 years old, and I was playing Little League Baseball, right? So the way Little League Baseball works is you play the whole regular season, right? And you go through playoffs and all that stuff, and then at the end they pick an all-star team, right? So it's all the best players in the league, and they pick it into one all-star team, obviously. And the goal is to try to make it to the Little League World Series, which is in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And it's broadcasted on ESPN. The whole tournament gets very famous, and I couldn't find anybody. So I was on the all-star team trying to make it to Williamsport, and me, I'm not really too big of a hitter. I mean, I'm more of a pitcher. But in our first all-star game against we played this team called Northport, which is like the county area. We were Sarasota American. Northport, very good team. We only got one run. We lost like 9-1. There was only 2 hits in the whole ball game. One was a home run. The other one was a single by me. So I had the other hit, and I was hitting like maybe second to last or last in the order. And so they were like, wow, this kid actually got a hit against a pitcher that was really good. I mean, granted, I think it was a pretty lucky hit. I kind of just swung with my eyes closed type of thing. But hey, I got a hit off of this kid, and he was really good. So I got a hit off of him. So they're like, we should move this kid up in the order. So they moved me up in the order. They actually made me hit 4th. We were playing our rival, Sarasota National, which is the other Little League all-star team that they had. And so this was a big game. We both already lost our first game. So if whoever lost was eliminated. So we really need to win this game. So they're like, well, this kid got a hit in the first game, so let's move him up in the order. So they made me hit 3rd, which is if any of you guys know baseball, that's like supposed to be your best hitter. Hit for power, you can hit for average, you can do everything. That's your guy. So they moved me up to 3rd. I was really nervous going into the game because I'm not that good of a hitter normally. But so I'm up to bat. The first 2 batters got on base. So I come up and I'm like, oh boy, this is my chance to shine. I was getting all pumped. I was getting all ready to go, and I got 2 strikes on me. I think there was 2 balls, 2 strikes, and this kid was pitching. He's actually funny story. This kid's actually a good friend of mine now. We go to the same school, but I didn't know him at the time. His name was Dalton Platner, and it was 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes count. And homie gives me a curveball, and normally your boy can't handle the curveball, but for some reason, just the stars aligned, and I swung with my eyes closed, hit the ball, and all I hear is dink. And everybody, I hear all the parents and all the kids on my team go crazy. I'm like, what the heck? And I look up, and the ball goes over the fence, and I was so pumped. I was like, let's go, 3-run homer. So everybody was getting pumped. My teammates met me at the plate, and it was just a great time. And I ended up I got 4 hits. So in 4 at-bats, I got 4 hits. I drove in 4 runs, and I ended up pitching the last 3 innings of the game. So basically, I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but I was basically the star player. I'm just going to brush that off my shoulders. But yeah, I was the star player of that game. And we won. We ended up winning like 10-3, 10-4. I mean, I didn't give up those runs when I was pitching, but someone else did. So it was 10-4. And there was a bunch of guys taking pictures, and there was like newspapers there and stuff like that. And so they ended up. They didn't interview me, but they just took quotes from like my coaches and stuff like that. And on the front cover of the newspaper was a picture of me hitting my home run. And they had my picture in the newspaper, and of course in the description, the one time I'm actually famous and in the newspaper, they screw up my name. So you guys don't really know my name, but it's Jared Tomasso. So it's Jared Tomasso, right? So the newspaper people decide to spell my name Nared Tomasso. So first off, my name doesn't start with an N, it starts with a J. So they screwed that up. And then there's 2 S's in my last name. So they screwed that up, and that was my one time, my one glory in the newspaper, and they have to screw up my name. I was so heartbroken. I mean, I was pumped and heartbroken at the same time. I was pumped because my picture was in the paper and I was mentioned and stuff like that, but they screwed up my name the one time. So so that was a little heartbreaking, but that's okay. So I was pumped about that. So we ended up winning that game and advancing to the semifinals, and we ended up playing Venice, who's they were the best team. They've always had a good team. They're a high school team. Win states every year. They have a nice stadium, all that type of stuff. They got a bunch of players that went straight out of high school into the MLB and stuff like that. So they're a really, really, really good team. And we played their Little League team, which has a bunch of guys that obviously play for the high school later in their life and stuff like that. And they completely destroyed. I mean, they dismantled us. They put us on the ground, and then we were already crying, and then they just kept punching us. They were kicking us when we were down. It was like 10-0 after the third inning. Our starting pitcher was, it's not that he wasn't even throwing strikes, it was just those kids were just this good. There was home runs hit over the light posts and all that type of stuff. And I had an awful game. I think I went like 0 for 2, and I walked one time, struck out once, and then grounded out or something like that. Hitting third again. I didn't have a good game. I played right field. I didn't pitch. Obviously, I wouldn't give up that many runs. I'm just kidding. Probably would have. These kids were man-childs at the age of 12. I mean, these guys had beards, and they were 6'4", 230, already finished with puberty and all that type of stuff. And I was just... we didn't have one kid with an ounce of facial hair, and all of us still... all of our voices were still really high and stuff like that. So it was basically David against Goliath, and we got dismantled. We got destroyed. Absolutely demolished. I think we lost the game like 23-1 or 2. We got one run, and it was that bad that when we scored our one run, the Venice kids and their parents started cheering for us. It was that bad. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played in a sport game where you guys are getting demolished, and then you finally do something well, and everybody's like, "Ooh, they did something." It was like that. It was awful. It was a disgrace. But I mean, it's just Little League. What are you gonna do? It's not the end of the world. So I was hoping we could have made it to Williamsport, got on ESPN, all that type of stuff, but we didn't. And Venice, who ended up winning the whole thing, actually didn't make it to Williamsport either. They were so cocky. They were cocky pieces of crap. They before the regional tournament even started, where they had to play us and just the people in like towards our county, they had already booked their hotels in Williamsport, which is where the World Series was. They were just so cocky. They were all. I hated all their kids. It was just one of those type of teams, and they ended up getting upset. So they all had to unbook their hotels and all that type of stuff. It was hilarious. I laughed a little bit because it was kind of like, that's what you get. It's karma, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they get for being cocky. But yeah, that was how I got famous, basically. I mean, and the day after it got in the newspaper, kids at school were coming up to me. They're like, "Dude, I saw you in the newspaper. That's awesome." And that type of stuff. And I mean, if you can look it up, it might still be on the internet, because they had like an internet newspaper and stuff like that as well. It wasn't just in the straight newspaper. And I just got a body slammed. Well, so yeah, there was that. So that was not good. But yeah, that's my story about how I got famous. Hope you guys liked it. Let me just play out this last minute of the game for you guys. So, ooh. I don't even know how am I doing? 22. Ooh. I guess that's what happens when you just try to tell a story, but I'm not even close to positive. That's not good. Let's see. Oh. These kids over here, bro. Oh, the movement was on fleek right there. That was great. Those kids just got destroyed. This kid with a quick sniper trying to snipe me. Don't even say nothing to me, boy. Oh, this kid. Ooh. At least I brought it closer to positive. Alright, that's my goal. In these 25 seconds, just to try to get to positive. Oh, that kid dashed away. Lucky. I'm about to pop his head off. Where is this kid? Where's this kid? Oh, I'm dead. He's in the freak corner camper, bro. I hate those type of kids. I'm not gonna go positive. This sucks. I'm about to just go out with a bang. Shlabang. Shlabong. Give me that. Oh, I died. Well. Alright, well, that's the end of the video, guys. I appreciate you guys listening to my story, watching my video. If you liked it, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. I'd much appreciate it. For you guys that viewed my last video, I appreciate that as well. Also, go check out my teammates, Riot UGA, Riot N17. I'll link them in the description. And follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, and that type of stuff. And